erroneously believed that save and accept he attends University of Nigeria Nsukka, University of Lagos, University of Ife, or University of Ibadan. He has not attended a university. Unfortunately, his JAMB score was far above the cutoff mark in many other universities, state and federal. Yet he blindly refused to have interest in any other university other than the above mentioned four, even when he had the opportunity to be admitted to them. Federal Government College, FGC, Port Harcourt. While awaiting the next admission examination, his father advised that he goes in for higher school certificate, HSC, through the help and support of his uncle, Engineer C I ENWELUZO. He was admitted into the Federal Government College, Port Harcourt, for HSC. In the school, he met and was in the same class with the likes of Tony Krukruba, SAN, Lebara Rifa, Isaac Obolula, Victor Murako, and Ibo Owoda, amongst others. At the end of the low 6 in the HSC program, Tony Krukrubo, SAN, Igor Owoda, and Lebara Rifa gained admission into the Rivers State University of Science and Technology to study law. Victor Muruka entered the Imo State University, and he, Cosmas Ikechukwu Enweluzo, stayed back in FGC, Port Harcourt, waiting for an opportunity in University of Nigeria Nsukka, UNN. While the principal of FGC did not want him to leave, since he was a senior prefect of the school, he had restored discipline among students, which was lacking in the school then.
At the Rivers State University of Science, mention were well ahead of him. They were in the 3rd year, accordingly 2 years ahead of him. At UST, the first baptism of fire started with a very serious work. The faculty, being the new in law, was doing everything to sustain the National University Commission, NUC, accreditation of the faculty, as well as make its indelible mark in the field of law. In his first year at the Rivers State University of Science and Technology, Port Harcourt, there were 2 law courses taken by 2 notable lecturers. One was late Miss Gabriel Wanko, who later became Honorable Justice Gabriel Wanko, President, Rivers State's Customary Court of Appeal. She was in charge of the course, Judicial History, and Mr. O.T. Amakre, now Chief O.T.K.D. Amakre, was in charge of
the second missionary journey in search of a job in a law firm started afresh. He started with nothing in his pockets, though he was happy at intervals of going to
his decision, that is, ruling, judgment, or order. And 3, to always be abreast of development in law.
Liberty Chambers, Port Harcourt. Sometimes in November 1997, Sir Cosmos resigned from his appointment in Punuka Chambers, Lagos, and relocated to Port Harcourt. In a Sanford party organized for him by his boss, Chief Anthony Idibe, SAN, lamented his leaving office voice at the time and wished he had stayed back to also appreciate the principles.
Continue like that until they finish. As at the time, they decided to start work by all the statutory permits. And Cosmos and his wife started the building on the 14th day of July of their oil until they finished and backed into the office in August 2011. That is the present Liberty Chambers of today. God's own miracle in the true sense of that word.
Cases for qualification. His boss, Chief Anthony Dibwe, had organized a party in his honor in which he commented on Cosmas' inadequate knowledge of appellate procedure in the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal of Nigeria. At the time, Cosmas relocated to Port Harcourt and opened his firm in 1997. He was relatively not busy, and so he spent his time going to Court of Appeal to observe proceedings as well as taking notes. By the year by implication against any decision. His client the appellant led the defense of alibi. The prosecution said eyewitness who identified and pinned him to the scene of the crime. He was convicted and sentenced to death. The conviction was upheld by the Court of Appeal on the ground that where there is evidence fixing the accused person, with the commission of the crime, the defense of alibi will be available.
He was to restore orderliness to University of Science and Technology and human rights activities. And as at 2000, Cosmos was the president. He served as the President General of the Federated Igbo of 19 Rivers State University of Science and Technology, now Rivers State University. He was an advocate of peace amongst the Igbos. He was indeed a leading figure in the Igbo unionism in Rivers and Bayelsa State. Professor George
that day,
my Lord, the guest lecturer, my distinguished colleagues, and of course,